What's good, y'all? It's your boy BioSpider 3.0, keeping the action going with a comic review. First comic review for the channel, man. We got the Aquaman Volume 1. This came from the Page Punchers Ocean Master figure that I reviewed. If you haven't seen my review of that, it is on the channel. Be sure to check it out. Really cool comic, man. It's honestly like really short and sweet, straight to the point, and I really had a good time reading it. So today we're gonna take a quick look at it, discuss, just have a quick discussion about it. And yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. So right here we have some of the artists that worked on it. We have some names here. Ryan. I'm not sure if these are like their last names, but that's what I'm assuming. We've got Ryan, Lewis, Trindade, and Locust. And then down here we have signatures of, I guess I'm assuming is one of the artists or somebody that worked on the art for this comic. So opening it up, quick run through of the story. It basically starts off with Black Manta doing a deal with these guys, all these guys in suits, and they're basically there to collect some or they're giving Black Manta some high-tech weapons that he wants to, obviously use to defeat Aquaman. And it's like this gear or some weapon tech that's supposed to basically burn through anything, even like water and stuff. And they call it, he's calling it anti-water or something like that. And then in exchange, Black Manta is supposed to be giving their boss some kind of like ancient artifacts or something, I guess, that are like very valuable. And so they're having like this whole meeting and they're talking, and Black Manta's like, like, where's your boss? Like, let's hurry up and get this deal over with so I can take my weapons and basically go kill Aquaman, right? And then of course Aquaman rains on their party. He busts up in there, and he's got some really cool banter going back and forth with Black Manta. Kind of breaks up the whole deal and everything, cuts it short. And then you got this really cool, classic, classic comic stuff right here. Of course, the villain and the hero got to say each other's names, right? So then, when Aquaman bursts through the ceiling and stuff, he says right here, "Your boss wanted me to tell you he's not gonna make it." And then the next panel down here, Black Manta says Aquaman, and then Aquaman's like Black Manta, right? So you got that cool little exchange, and they start fighting. Of course, they're going back and forth. And this honestly this comic right here introduced me to two characters that I didn't even know existed before. So you have these two guys, Garth and Jackson. Jackson being this guy right here, who happens to be the son of Black Manta, but he has like Aquaman like powers. I guess they call him Aqualad. So he has like, ability to kind of manipulate water, and pretty much, I think, basically all the same powers that Aquaman has. And then Garth, I'm not exactly sure who he's related to or where exactly like he comes from. I don't know about his origins because the comic doesn't explain it. Like, it doesn't really dive into detail, but they both show up, and I guess they kind of like work as like a little team, and they assist Aquaman. So they show up, they do their thing, kind of kick butt with Aquaman, take out. Well, Aquaman tells them basically, you guys handle all the henchmen and the bad guys. I'll take care of Black Manta. So they do their thing, and they're some really dope artwork in here. You can see Aquaman right there kicking Black Manta's butt, and then Black Manta acknowledges Jackson, which is his son Aqualad, and then we get this whole like quick backstory basically on how I like how he says A right there, but we get a quick like little backstory about Aqualad being Black Manta's son, and how Black Manta left him and his mom when when he was very young. And so Aqualad obviously doesn't like him, feels no like real relation to him or anything, and he kind of like hates him. He has like a resentment for him, and you can see that as the battle rages on, like the type of dialogue that they have. You can just tell that Aqualad, has been holding a lot of hate for Black Manta, being his dad, but turning to a life of crime and not really being there for him, watching him grow up and becoming the man that he is now, right? So you can see like over here, they've got like the whole battle going on, and as this battle is going on, they're kind of unintentionally, destroying some of the tech that was given to Black Manta for the deal, and that's causing, explosions and fire, and they're basically setting this warehouse or wherever they're meeting at. Everything's kind of going up in flames, and it's presenting a danger even to them. Like obviously all the bad guys inside, but even to them, right? And so they're trying to they start becoming more aware of the danger, and yeah, it's really cool. Like the dialogue, I love the art in here. This is like a type of scene that I would love to see like in an Aquaman movie or something like that. The art is just really dope. And obviously Black Manta and Aquaman have their own dialogue, and they're going, kind of back and forth at it, kicking each other's butts, exchanging punches and all that. And I really like we get this cool scene right here where it kind of gives a flashback to when Aquaman killed Black Manta's dad, and that's showing the whole reason that Black Manta hates Aquaman so much, obviously because he killed his dad, right? Which I found out in when I saw the first Aquaman movie, because I didn't really know any of the origins of Black Manta prior to that, so I thought that was really cool. And yeah, they just kind of like briefly show this little flashback scene, and I like how they kind of just get like right into it. Like they don't tell you that this thing is coming, like this flashback. And if like when I first read it, I kind of didn't know what was going on. It took me a little minute to catch on to why they like, because you got like this whole battle scene going on up here, and then all of a sudden you get down here and they're like showing, a young Aquaman on the boat. Like he's like right there choking Black Manta's dad out. And then in the black it says, "You killed my father," and that's basically Black Manta talking like in the present while they're having this fight. And he's all pissed off. He's like, "You killed my dad," and all that. And so the battle keeps going, of course. And then Aquaman basically tries to make the point like, we don't have to keep going like this. Like, he kind of apologizes for obviously murdering his dad, right? Because it's a pretty big deal. But he kind of apologizes to him and says, I was young and dumb, and I wanted revenge myself. He's like, but every time we get into battles like this, it just leads to senseless pain and destruction. He's like, we can't keep doing this forever and ever. Like you gotta eventually like let go of the hate and things that I did to you. And obviously Black Manta ain't trying to hear all that. He's like, man, screw that. You killed my dad, I'm gonna kill you for like as long as it takes me to my last, breath in my lungs. So he's like, I'm gonna find a way and I'm gonna kill you. And so they keep kind of like going at it. And obviously as the battle gets more heated, you can see, Black Manta using his little laser thing, and he's like shooting at the ceiling, and you got all this destruction, and the ceiling starts crashing down. It starts to get like really bad, right? And then Garth and Jackson come back into the fight, and they kind of help out to kind of like, ease some of the destruction that's going on in the building. Aqualad uses some of his water abilities and combines that with Garth's. Garth's kind of has like magic type of abilities, so they kind of like combine that and try to cool it down in there. And then Black Manta ends up shooting Garth with his little laser thing, and then obviously that pisses Jackson off. Him and Jackson have like their own little standoff, and they kind of battle like back and forth, and Jackson's kicking his butt, honestly. He gets the upper hand on him pretty quick, smashes like his freaking helmet, and he's just going off. And you can see this little flashback of when he left I guess him and his mom and turned to a life of crime, Black Manta. And yeah, I guess his mom has some kind of abilities too, because you can see in this panel right here, she's kind of like pushing him back with these I'm not sure if that's water or magic or what, but she ends up knocking him back pretty good. And then goes back to the present, and he's kicking his dad's butt. And then I just love the art right here. Like, look how raw that looks. Jackson is pissed. You can see the helmet's all smashed and everything. It's crazy, man. And then it goes like back to the present and everything. And then while he's got Black Manta down, he takes out his trident, and he basically tries to like finish Black Manta off once and for all. But what's his name? Garth comes back and stops him, grabs his hand right here, and he's like, nah, man, we don't do that. He's like, I know how you feel. And then to prove his point, he kind of like shows like a flashback of um, when he was Garth was having a battle with Ocean Master, and he was about to finish him off. He was about, you can see right here, they had a fight underwater, and Garth was about to impale Ocean Master, and then Aquaman stopped him and reminded him, he's like, that we don't do that. That's not what we do. We're heroes. So like even as bad as things get, we're not in the revenge business. And yeah, it gets really good. And we have like this really cool moment, and Jackson is like listening to Garth. He's like, you know what, you're right. He's like, I was about to do something that I was gonna regret. And then while they're both distracted, Black Manta kind of like tries to throw a bomb at them, like while they're caught off guard. And then Aquaman, comes back and puts a stop to all of that. And it's just a really cool comic, man.